What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to take a closer look at the new Cinepeer Weebill 3A by the company Zhiyun. So if you guys want to check out this really cool gimbal, stay here with me. Hey guys, I wanted to ask you for a small favor. If you are enjoying this video, can you hit that like button? It helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you like the content I'm producing, hey, don't forget to subscribe and be part of the channel. And now back to the video. Today basically what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this gimbal, and I'm going to tell you the basic features like any other gimbal that it has, and then I want to talk about my favorite features of this gimbal. So before we move on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mount my Sony a7 III, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Alright guys, so now I mounted the Sony a7 III. In fact, we're going to be using for the rest of the video the Sony a7 III. So any footage that you see as far as the camera on a gimbal is going to be from the Sony a7 III. So what I want to do in this video, I want to go ahead and point out really quick the basic features that most of these gimbals have, and that's with different brands. And then I want to talk about the highlight features that I found to be really cool, that I think it sets this gimbal apart from some of the rest of the competition out there. So let's go ahead and talk about the basic features. So yes, this is a 3-axis gimbal, and you will find the different modes that most of the gimbals have, and that is the PF, the L, the F, the POV. Those are going to be included. You have your joystick, you have your mode button, you have your rec button, and then on the other side you're gonna have your power, your menu. Obviously you got a really cool LCD screen where you can see your settings when you change them. You have your control wheel, and then you have your scroll wheel that you can adjust, which is really cool. And then you have your trigger button right here at the front of the gimbal. And also this one, you can download an app to your phone and you can control it with your phone, like most of the apps out there for the gimbal. So the app is actually very simple, but it gives you some features that you can do. So if you need to upgrade it or if you need to calibrate it, you can use the app to do so. So now I want to talk about the highlight features of this gimbal. Let's start with the design. So yes, Zhiyun was aiming for a compact, lightweight gimbal that you can carry with you anywhere. You know, you can put it in your backpack. In fact, they're comparing it to a A4 paper size as far as the actual size of when it's collapsed, which is really cool. The weight of this gimbal is 2.3 pounds, which is, I would probably say, the standard of most gimbals. Obviously, whenever you add the camera like the Sony a7 III, you're adding roughly another 2.5 pounds. So right now I have, I think, about 5 pounds of weight right here. The compact design I think is really cool. In fact, it feels a lot lighter than my Ronin S. Supposedly on paper they have the same weight as far as the gimbal, but on my test I felt like the Ronin S was still much heavier. So I don't know how accurate those numbers are for the Ronin S. This one it feels to me much lighter than the Ronin S. So the payload of this gimbal, it can hold up to 6.6 pounds, which is really close to a lot of the gimbals out there. Now again, I'm very surprised because I have other smaller gimbals that the payload is 3 pounds. This one can hold 6 pounds. My Sony a7 camera is only 2.5, including the lens. Roughly, we can add it up to 3 pounds. And it can handle this camera very easily, which is really cool. So that tells you, as far as the motors, how strong they are. Now, one feature that I really like is the Bluetooth option. So not only can you connect this to an app and control some basic settings and control it from your phone if you want to, which is really cool, but you can also connect your camera with the gimbal, so that way whenever you hit that rec button, there's no wires in between or affecting the smoothness of your gimbal. So this actually works really cool. All you have to do is activate it on the camera, the Bluetooth setting, and on your gimbal, and it connects. So right now I can just press the rec button and it'll start recording. Now I did have a little bit of problem connecting. You can customize it where you can control either the shutter or the aperture. With the Bluetooth, I haven't been successful at changing or adjusting it. You can actually customize the scroll wheel here at the front to adjust your aperture or your ISO. I'm thinking the new models should be able to do that. My camera obviously is the Sony a7 III, so it's an older model, so I'm thinking that maybe that's one of the reasons why I can't control it here on the scroll wheel. All right, so now let's talk about the battery. So Zhiyun claims that this gimbal will last you up to 16 hours of use. Obviously, those numbers and factors will change depending on how heavy your camera is. I can't really tell you if that's true. However, I can tell you that the battery does last very, very long. I used it maybe a day ago, and I used it for a few hours, and now I'm back here in the studio and I'm still using it for this video, and I will probably have to say that the battery is probably at 90%. I'm guessing as far as the number because it doesn't give me a percentage, but it shows pretty much all the bars that are on except one at the end. So maybe that equals to 80 or 90%, but my point is that the battery lasts very long, which I'm very happy. As far as the charging, it could take from 2 to 3 hours to charge your gimbal, depending on which connection you use to charge your gimbal. All right, so now I want to talk about one of my favorite features, and that is the vertical shoot. So the cool thing about this gimbal is that it allows you to switch to vertical mode really easy. All you have to do is basically unlock this axis right here, remove it, turn it around, and then put it back into the gimbal, and then all you have to do is maybe adjust a little bit of the balance and you are all set. So the cool thing about it is that you don't need any additional accessories to make that possible. The reason why I mentioned this is because I have other gimbals that I've been testing from other companies, and they do add additional adapters that you have to install in order for you to change it to the vertical mode. So I think this is really cool. So if you are a social influencer and you shoot in vertical mode, this is a really cool gimbal to consider. All right, so next I want to mention the advanced algorithm features. So this is something that we will have to take a look at the footage and see if it really helps to smooth the footage. My personal opinion, looking at the footage, it looks great. So far I'm very impressed with how powerful this small gimbal is and how smooth my footage looks, especially for a heavy camera like the Sony a7 III and the G Master 1635 lens. So I'm gonna be imposing some of the footage that I recorded with the Sony a7 on the gimbal, so that way you guys can take a look at it. Most of the shots were shot in 24 frames per second. And some of them are shot with the image stabilization of the camera on and some of them without off, so that way you can make a comparison. Did a test with the internal slow motion recording by the Sony, which is the S&Q, and a lot of these new cameras are doing this where you can record in slow motion and see it in the camera itself, which is really cool. And I love the quality. It looks super smooth and it looks really nice. I'm also going to try to see if I can superimpose those in the video, so that way you guys can take a look at it. Also, I want to mention about 2 accessories that you can get for this gimbal for a better grip or a better handle, and that is the sling grip and also the labor saving wrist rest. I don't know if you have to purchase those separate or if they come together, but yes, it's something additionally that you can add to this gimbal if you want it to be more stable, or you want to have help balance the weight of the gimbal. I think this is really cool if you're going to be shooting for long hours, and not only that, but if you want to get those really cool close to the ground shots, it just makes it so much easier with this sling grip. All right guys, so if you guys are interested in buying this gimbal, I'm gonna leave in the description a 10% discount code that you can use on Zhiyun's website, or you can also buy it on my affiliated link from Amazon. So at no additional cost, you can use any of those links, and it helps me out a little bit here on the channel, and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you for your support. So what is in the box? So if you order this gimbal, you're gonna find obviously the gimbal, you're gonna find the stand, you're gonna find the quick release plate, and then it includes the charging cable and a USB cable that you can connect to your camera, and it also includes this phone case. which is not bad at all. Alright guys, and that is it for today. If you want to watch another interesting video, I'm going to leave you with this one right here. As always, thank you for your support, thank you for liking this video, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. I will see you guys next time. Take care guys, bye.